Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. Hey, sorry for flipping the video. It's just getting too dark to actually see my face, which probably might make this video more likable so you don't have to see me anymore. I'm going to talk about something that's really important. Was paying attention to the news. I don't really, I'm not a Fox News person. I don't really have cable TV. We don't watch a lot of news per se. But I just kind of have like the Drudge Report, and I kind of pay attention to different news sources. Occasionally I listen to the BBC. But there's a lot of things in the Middle East, and the Middle East is always a hotbed of things, right? But Iraqi protests are going crazy. Iraqi rioters, Iraqi people are burning things and rioting police, and they're going toe to toe and having civil unrest. Well, also, at the same time, Iran's doing the same thing. They just burned their central bank down to the ground. They're also having, firebombing and all this. They're having Hong Kong's having the same thing. All these people are upset and angry and mad, and we're seeing like this big kind of turn of events. And some, the Christians, the people who are Christians, kind of see it as, like myself, you often wonder, are we starting to see those end day times? Now, if you don't believe in that kind of thing, that's fine. I mean, maybe everybody during time of duress and all this, they kind of start seeing it in this way. But things got to line up for a lot of these things, and so maybe it is. If it is, that's crazy, and I would strongly recommend looking into a lot of the end time prophecies to kind of see how things would fall into place. If you're just looking into kind of things of just, civil unrest and how things are going crazy and turning down and we're leading to our civil war, then yeah, also pay attention to it. It's important. I mean, pay attention to what's going on in the Middle East. You can sit there and say, well, let them just die and go kill it out. I'm not saying that we need to respond to it. I'm just saying, don't ignore it. Being ignorant and ignoring what's going on there, because it's going to come and affect us here. Whether you want to say that we can provide our own oil for ourselves, yeah, we can. But what's it going to cost us? I mean, are the people going to sell us our own oil for, less than what's the oil prices are now? I mean, I've always heard this, we could take care of ourselves, and we could do our own oil production and all this. Great. What's it going to cost me? That's the end goal here, right? What is it going to cost me? I mean, if it costs me paying $6 a gallon for gas, then no, I don't want to pay $6 a gallon of gas to not have Middle Eastern oil. I want the capitalist system to work. So I want us to be able to function, because an economy like ours will not function on $6 an hour, $6 a gallon gas. You just can't. So look at it from a perspective of what's going on in the Middle East. Pay attention to Israel. I mean, some people are very against them, some people aren't. To me, I look at them as they're a potential ally in the Middle East. They at least align with similar values to us. And you have to take a look and keep an eye out. If you look at things too from a perspective of how currency and destroying someone's currency can destroy a country, you can look back during World War II. So, World War II, the Germans were using counterfeit money. They were making counterfeit money for the British pound. Because I believe at the time the British pound was the world's currency. So what they were doing was making counterfeit money. So they had counterfeit operations. We're not talking like one or two guys kind of thing. We're talking full-on counterfeit operations. Why? They wanted to destabilize the British government's currency and economy systems. They wanted to destroy it. Well, China is doing the same thing, and North Korea does the same thing here. They've been printing bad, phony money. So, how is this all related? I mean, it's not so much as it was related, but we do the same thing, where we do economic sanctions, and you're controlling people's currency, you're controlling people's things to destabilize them. And look what's going on. Iran is destabilized and destroying themselves. They've got rid of their central banks. A lot of the times, some of these countries want to trade in gold. and avoid the dollar. They want to trade in oil or a commodity-based thing instead of actually trading on the dollar issue. I mean, it's a lot of things that are going on right now that I think can lead to, complete total chaos. And we're leading to maybe this is the spark. There's going to be a spark that finally kicks off, or there's going to be a total war. I mean, I think that's what people are going to listen to or alluding to is a total war. I mean, you look at like stages before World War One. Every country was up in arms. They had their teeth. They had their this. So then they finally had the spark that lit it off, and everybody went to war. I mean, you look at it from that perspective. I think we're teetering on, a kid playing with matches, and basically you have a room full of gas, just fumes, and a kid's playing with matches, and you're waiting for that oxygen level to get to that right level of fumes and gas, fumes and all this, and he's going to strike that spark, and eventually it blows. One way or the other, there's going to be a massive war coming. Whether we're involved with it or not, I don't know. I think here we're going to have a civil war, and I mean, we're already started it, and we're facing a couple of issues too, like, not so much that we're divided, that's that main problem I'm talking about, but we're facing issues with communist China, they control everything. So at the same time, they're controlling and influencing us as a country. So I think we're seeing like this giant global position of how power is moving through our country. Who is now in control? I mean, is America losing its primary power in the world? We used to be the number one superpower for a long time. I mean, you had us and Russia, but now I think we're losing it. I think we have the ability to deploy a military, but our military is not capable of handling an actual conventional war between Russia and China. Granted, you have to get the two forces on the same playing field, which is where we basically get lucky. We have two oceans that divide us, and not a lot of people have the transportation capabilities. But it's one of those things where you just got to start thinking about it. Like, start paying attention to what's going on in the news. I don't mean give up your entire life to it, but pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in the Middle East. If this doesn't get you and your friends, especially the ones that aren't prepping, to prep, there's nothing that's going to change their minds. A lot of people are saying 2020 is going to be the big economic collapse for America. I think so. I think whether or not Trump wins in 2020, it doesn't matter. If Trump wins in 2020, I think we're going to see... Oh, sorry about that. If Trump wins in 2020, I think we're going to see still an economic collapse. Why? Because it's just one of those things that the economy is basically out of control, and our spending's out of control, and we're being taxed. Yeah, we lowered some taxes, but people are sick of it. Anyways, I'm kind of going on too far of a tangent. I don't want to go over 9 minutes. Have a good time. Let me know what you think. Put in the comments. Pay attention to the Middle East. It's Raven Tactical out.